So today's video comes courtesy of GAMAY. This is a really nice packaging. Of course, as always, my carrier does not care about my packaging. So it came a little tattered, but when you open it, considering yours should come a little bit better, they did send over a little brochure, some wig caps, and then they also sent over this other brochure that has a bunch of the really nice wigs in there and some, you know, other language on there as well. And then this is the wig here. I've already had a peek at it. This wig is a full lace wig, and it is 20 inches long. All of the details on it are in the description box. So let's show you the inside. I'm really excited. I always get excited when I get full lace wigs because you get the most versatility out of a full lace wig, because you can part it all the way down the middle. You can do cornrows. You can do, if you ever see like cornrows, you do a bunch and then go all the way back with the wig. This is the type of wig you want to do something like that with, because you'll have like parting, you know, all the way back and not tracks in the back, if that makes any sense. So when you flip the wig inside out, you have your adjustable straps and you have a comb back here in the back, and then in the front you have one comb that probably will sit like right at the top of my head, so I'll be able to take that one off if I want. It won't, as long as it doesn't irritate me or anything, I won't have a problem leaving it there. And I also have two combs that probably will come on the sides right here, which is cool because I'll be able to make sure the wig is down here and in the back, and then the front I can use like my Got To Be Glued, or I can use some Ghost Bond or something like that to secure it in the front, so that I know that this full lace wig will not go anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the lace off. I did not bleach the knots on this wig, so I will go back and do that maybe another day, because this might be my New Year's wig. People always tell me I look good in curly hair, so I'm going to try to make curly hair my new thing, because I always go for like body wave or straight hair. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the lace off. I'm going to add a little bit of powder in the inside to kind of help conceal the knots, and then I'll be back with the wig on my head. So I went ahead and added an elastic band, and then I went ahead and put some powder in the parting. So let's go ahead and put this baby on. So here I am just separating the baby hairs. I'm going to clip up the remainder of the hair. I'm going to take a brand new pair of tweezers. These tweezers work so bomb, by the way. And I'm just going to tweeze through, even though the hair is pre-plucked and it looks very thin. Once you try to make baby hair, it's going to be very thick and clumpy. So I went ahead and thinned. Oh, my daughter says hi. I went ahead and thinned it out even more. Make sure you take your time with this step, because you can make the hairline look really bald. Also, go back further into the remainder of the hair and kind of make it a little bit thinner. You want to make sure that the hairline is very gradient, going the opposite way for a more natural look. Now I'm going to section the hair into about 4 sections, and I'm going to do my natural hair, I guess you would say curly hair routine. This is pretty much what you would do on natural hair. You just section it into separate sections, kind of finger comb through it for a detangling. Add your water to moisturize the hair, and then add a little bit of product. And you're going to see how beautiful the curls are and how much they pop. The curls on this hair are more like ringlets. I'm taking my Sebastian's Wet. I do have the GVP version. I'm just going to work it through. I'm doing probably about a quarter size on each section, and you can see how good the hair looks. The smaller sections that you work the product through, the better the final result that you'll get. I'm going to repeat the process for the top, and here's a little bit of a close-up of how well and how good and natural the hair looks. Now I'm going to speed it up just a little bit and repeat the same process on the top half. Also, be sure to separate your baby hair if you do want to have baby hair there. I absolutely love how natural this hair looks. I feel like it looks very ethnic and not too curly, and it looks more like African American textured curly hair, if that makes any sense. I did not bleach the knots on this wig, but it is a full lace wig, so be sure to bleach yours if that will help you have a more natural look. Also, I did notice that I did not get any tangling when working my fingers through this hair. When you're working with curly hair, it's always best to finger comb it or use a wig brush or a shower comb. Don't use a thinner comb, and kind of get it super wet and saturated with your spray bottle. This is a 360 spray bottle. I do have it linked in the description bar, and it is by far the best spray bottle you'll ever experience in life. Now I have all the sections moisturized. I'm going to work on styling the hair. I wasn't sure if I wanted to leave it down, if I wanted to do 2 braids, but because I do have a full lace wig, I did figure I could take advantage of the look. This hair is one length. It's all 20 inches. It is 150% density, if I did not mention that. This is Remy Brazilian hair. Also, for more details, the hair color is a natural color. The lace color is medium brown. I did opt for a medium-sized cap, which works very well for my small head. And again, this is 20 inches, so I did decide to go ahead and layer it for a more natural effect. I think it looks really, really good all one length, but it just complements my face shape to have more layers, especially around the front. But if you don't feel like you want the layers, they're not necessarily necessary. If you do decide to trim your hair, just be sure to take your time with it and only trim in the front. Make sure that you don't trim too much so that it's super thin in the back and take away some of your length. I did go all the way around just so that it can look a little bit more full and even for mine. And then I was going to wear it there, and here's a close-up of what the parting looks like. If I were to bleach the knots, it would look much better, but because I did not bleach the knots, I went ahead and tweezed it. By tweezing it, it's going to take the knots out of the parting. Always tweeze at the beginning of your parting. If you open up that parting, it makes it look so much more natural. And then I'm going to take it all the way back, and it's already looking so much better. Right here, it almost looks as if I bleached the knots, and again, I didn't. The only thing is I did not tweeze in the back because I did not have a mirror to help me see in the back. So when I go back after the fact, I will make it all even. But again, the parting goes all the way back to the nape of your neck, so that's going to work perfect for more natural looks. You can do a half up, half down, or pretty much any style you want. Here's where I messed up. I did add powder to the parting because I already tweezed it. It was not necessary to add powder because now it looks too wide, especially because the brush that I chose to use is a little bit wider. So make sure you're using a super thin brush because it won't look so wide. And I'm going to part it all the way to the back. I didn't have a mirror, so I did not do it perfect, but you're going to see it looks super natural in the back. Now I'm going to part the hair into 2 sections, and I'm just going to work on one side at a time, and we're going to do cornrows. I'm going to use a little bit of mousse or foam wrap lotion. The one I use is from Hair, and this is just going to help to make the hair all go in the same direction and kind of get rid of any flyaways. I'm going to just begin to braid. I braid over. I know some people braid under. This is just what I'm used to. I really don't know how to explain how to braid. You just kind of have to start with 3 pieces or 3 sections and kind of just wrap them around each other one by one. If you're not really good with French braids up top, I would just suggest that you kind of slick the top down and then make them into like 2 ponytails, so to speak, or 2 plaits or pigtails, or however you would call it. And it will still have a really cute effect. You just won't have the braids along the crown of your head. And that was really simple. The hair didn't really tangle too much or anything like that while braiding it together. And it looks super good, super natural. The only thing that I can do is do a little bit more tweezing around the hairline going the opposite direction with the length of the hair for more of a gradient effect, because the baby hair looks really good. The hair looks really good, but it's not as gradient as I would like it to be when I look back at this footage. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to take a little bit of mousse around the top. It is a little bit dry at the crown of my head. So I'm going to take a little bit of mousse to kind of slick that down a little bit. I've secured both of the braids down with 2 elastic bands. And that's pretty much it. Again, all I'm missing is I should add a little bit of powder to the parting in the back so that it all meets and matches. So I went ahead and did 2 cornrow braids with this hair. So I did not bleach the knots, so I did add a powder, and this is my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable powder. I got the Cool powder in C8 Cocoa, and I think it did a great job. Of course, you can go back in and do better than I did if you would like. I did add baby hair, and yeah, that's the reason that I love these full lace wigs, because you can do a 2 braids or whatever, and your parting literally goes all the way back. The 2 braids is always a good idea. I feel like it's a great protective style, especially right now since it's cold. Sometimes you might find that it's raining and you don't want to have the big bob of hair, or it's just cold and misty, and sometimes when you do your hair at home and then you go out into the elements, it gets even more poofy. So especially like if you commute or if you're out all day, you're in school and stuff like that, the 2 braids kind of is that go-to style where you can still look cute, and you can keep this up for like 2 or 3 days, and as it gets messier you can just pull it apart and make it look like something, if that makes any sense. And then if you're not using, like I'm using a curly hair, but if you're using body wave hair or straight hair, when you take it out you'll have another style because it'll be like crimped really cute, so you can wear that for another 2 or 3 days, and you can just add like a little bit of water or a little bit of a styling product and you're good to go. So this is like the Instagram go-to style. I mean, obviously I've grown up doing French braids since my hair was long enough to put in braids. Even now Dakota's just now, her hair's just now long enough to put in French braids, so this would be a go-to style for her. So when I want to have like a mommy and me day with her, it'll be cute for me to do my braids and her braids, and this would be the perfect wig to accomplish that look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As far as the hair goes, this hair is some really nice hair. I have the details on it in the description bar. The length is 20 inches. Again, it's a full lace wig. Even when braiding the hair, when detangling the hair, going through the hair, the one thing I noticed is that it did not tangle or shed excessively, which is a good thing when you're working with curly hair, because sometimes when you're doing your braids, it'll lock up and you have to like literally pull it and force it apart. It's almost like you're ripping the hair, and I did not have that problem with this hair. The texture is super soft. And yeah, I really do like this wig. Make sure that you check out GAMAY. I have all of the information in the description bar. As also, I'm going to take some pictures with this hair. Then we're going to take it back down and get some texture shots of the hair as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. I'm not sure if it's going to be the last video of 2017, but if it is, I want to wish everyone a happy new year. I'll see you guys in 2018. So, peace.